Well, friends, greetings from Total Output Power Solutions. I am Manohar Tatwawadi, and we will be discussing about the starting of coal mills. So, till now, what we have done, we have started the PF. So, both the PF fans A and B are running and developing a PF pressure. Now, we check up whether the cold air damper we have opened or not. So, check up whether the cold air damper for coal mill B from CD3, we open the cold air damper a little bit. The gates must be open, the gates also should be open, cold air gates. Now open the walls of PA fan and A and B to around 20% to bring the bustle pressure more than 800. Now if you check last time we have done the pressure was something around 1200 millimeters of water column. So it is already there, it should be more than 800 millimeters of water column. Now observe whether the sea layer fans have started on auto or not. So from CD1 control desk 1, make sure that the sea layer fans are in remote mode from the instructor malfunction page number 9, IMF page number 9. Now check the PA fan pressure control, it is in auto mode from CD1 and put on around 800 millimeters of water column. Now the pulverizer ready permissives. When the pulverizer ready indication will be there. So these are the conditions for that. The pulverizer outlet temperature, it should not be high, means not more than 75 degrees centigrade. It should be less than 75 degrees centigrade. The tramp iron hopper wall of the mill, that should be open. Then the feeder inlet gate, that also should be open. Now there should not be any primary air fan trip. Signal should not be there. Pulverizer discharge wall, it should be open. No pulverizer trip command, that should be existing. And no pulverizer stop command existing from local or control desk. Now this may be in case of maybe your some oil supply is not there or something. That type of stop command should not be there from the local or control desk. Then the sea layer wall, it should be open. The cold air gate of the pulverizer should be open. The last and important is no boiler trip and any feeder is on or burner tilt horizontal and airflow less than 40% of the total airflow. So these are the pulverizer ready permissives. You can see it in the uh, diagram also. The diagram would be something like this. The first of all, you can check up the airflow more than 40%. The burner nozzle tilt is horizontal. So when these two conditions are satisfied, then any feeder on and combined with these two, or you will have no boiler trip should be there, and this signal will go for the pulverizer ready, and rest of the conditions are pulverizer outlet temperature not high, tramp iron hopper, that wall open, feeder inlet gate, that should be open, no primary air trip command should not be there, pulverizer discharge wall, it should be open, no pulverizer stop command from local, sea layer wall, that is open, and cold air gate is also open. So all this command and it will give you the indication that the pulverizer is ready. So this is the logic diagram for that. Then the pulverizer ignition permissive. We have seen the readiness. Now we come to the ignition permissive. The pulverizer will get the ignition permissive only when now there are different requirements for different pulverizers. Now pulverizer B, if pulverizer B is running with 50% of loading and boiler load is more than 30%, or elevation AB, means oil elevation, is in service with 3 out of 4 guns established. So when this condition should be established, then pulverizer B ignition permissive is available if pulverizer A or C running at 50% loading and boiler load is more than 30%, or oil elevation AB is in service with 3 out of 4 guns, those are established. Now there are many more such logic diagrams which are available, the scope of which is outside of this lecture and hence they cannot be discussed here. Relevant drawings available in power stations and they can be studied, and but the pulverizer ignition permissive will be only there if these conditions are satisfied. So the same thing is like a diagram. It has been put in a diagram in the power stations also. You will get these diagrams. So elevation 3-4 guns, those are in service, or you should have boiler load more than 30%. All the pulverizer C is loading more than 50%, or pulverizer A is loading. So these conditions are OR, and then if they are put with and then it will go to elevation. If elevation, you can see here, if elevation AB 3-4 guns are in 3 or 4 guns are in service, then pulverizer B ignition permissive will be there if the boiler load is more than 30%. Similarly, pulverizer A ignition permit will be available only when pulverizer B loading is more than 50%, and combined with that the boiler load is more than 30%. So you can have the ignition permissives like this. So when you have support in AB elevations, oil support in AB elevations with 3 or 4 guns in service, then you can have the ignition permissive. Now the starting of pulverizers. How we will start the pulverizers on the the coal mills on our simulator. So we first of all put all the cold air gates into on position. Whatever the cold air gates are, A, B, C, D, E, F, all the gates we put them into on position for all mills. Now they can be put from field page number 3. You can go to field page number 3 and put all the cold air gates into on position. Open the pulverizer discharge gate of A mill from CD2. From control desk 2, you can open the pulverizer discharge gate. Now you can observe the pulverizer A ready indication that will be there on the CD2. If you open the pulverizer discharge gate, the pulverizer A ready indication will be there on control desk 2. Now you can start the coal mill A from CD2, control desk 2, and observe the mill amperes on CD2. Mill amperes you can observe on CD2. First of all, they will be going on there will be a starting kick, and then they will come to normal. So after they come to normal, open the hot air gate of the coal mill A from CD3. You can go to CD3. You can go from CD2. You can open the hot air gate, and from CD3 you can open the hot air damper. Slightly open the hot air damper, maybe 10%, 20%, and then observe the coal mill A temperature, which will be rising. This you can see on control desk 3. Now when it starts rising, then you can put the temperature and flow control, that is on auto mode. The temperature control will be done by the cold air damper, and the flow will be controlled by the hot air damper. So you can put both these on auto mode of operation. Now when the temperature comes to 75 degrees centigrade or more than, you cannot say exactly 75, but if it reaches to 70, then you can start the feeder A. Now when you start the feeder A from CD3, the coal feeder RPM you can notice on CD3. You will notice some coal feeder RPM there on CD3. Now when you notice this, open the RCF, raw coal feeder gates. You can open the gates of 1 to 6, all the gates from field page number 3, you can open the gates. Then observe the mill differential. Observe the PA temperature at mill inlet in panel number 3. That should not be, that will be increasing to 72, 73, 74 like that, and we have put it on auto, so it will not go beyond 75 degrees centigrade. Now starting the pulverizers or the coal mills. Observe the rise in the total airflow. As you have opened the primary air, there will be rise in the total airflow. So observe the rise in the total airflow. Gradually bring down the total airflow to the original value. Now the original value that was there before starting the coal mill, you can bring it back to the original value with the help of inlet regulating vanes of FD fan A and FD fan B. You can operate the vanes, and but when you do this, you should check the furnace draft also, because it will fluctuate. So you maintain the furnace draft within control, and then you can operate the dampers of FD fan. Now check that the fuel air control dampers, they are on auto. That means on FFLS panel you will see the fuel air dampers, that is A, B, C, D, E, F elevation dampers, air dampers, they can be put on auto. Means they, you must check that they are on auto. Now watch and maintain the furnace draft and drum level. You can see the trends, and in the trends you can see the drum level also. If you want to see the furnace draft, you can go to the trends in the trends for the furnace draft, that will show you the furnace draft. Now after starting of the raw coal feeder A, as the coal pulverization will start, the mill outlet temperature would start dropping. That also you can observe. Now maintain the mill outlet temperature around 75 degrees by modulating hot and cold air dampers from panel number 3, keeping the PA flow to mill A constant around 54 tons per hour and hot PA header pressure around 800 millimeters of water column. Now as you have already put them on auto, the hot air and cold air dampers already, they will maintain, but if they are not maintaining, then you can decrease the feeder speed and stop the feeder. And the header pressure you can this is also on auto, hot PA header pressure, that is also on auto. Now watch and maintain the drum level and the derator level. You can see in the trends and control the drum level by means of operating the valves or maybe the scoop of the BFPs. Now observe a gradual rise in flue gas temperatures and steam parameters, that you should observe. Now slowly start raising the load on the machine by the speeder gear. So you should operate the speeder gear at this point. Now watch and maintain the drum level when you operate the speeder gear, the hot well level and the derator level also. All these three levels you can watch. Now observe the gradual rise in flue gas temperatures, air temperatures and steam parameters in trend page desk 1 flue gas temperatures and desk 5 steam parameters. The superheater spray can be cut in and or burner tilt position can be varied when so required by manual control of superheater spray valves and or burner tilt from panel number 4. Now in this, suppose you take the elevation, instead of coal mill A you take coal mill E in service or coal mill F in service, then you may face this problem that superheater temperatures are increasing, so the superheater spray they can be cut in. But if you take the coal mill F or coal mill E in service, then you have to follow the ignition permissive also. You should have the oil guns in maybe CD elevation or EF elevation, then only you can go for the higher mills. So you should check the burner tilt also and control the spray temperatures. Now maintain the load at 30 megawatt by the speeder gear. So you can maintain the load. Now we will start the simulator and do the operations on our simulator in the next video, because it will be very long. So till then, goodbye and take care. Please, total out from I will take your leave now. Total Output Power Solutions, Manohar Tatwawadi, and I have given the phone number also. And uh, you can like, subscribe and share the video, and I will be bringing the next video very soon. This time it was quite late, but the next time it will be early. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching.